Hey, it's Michelle Barone and it's Red. How you doing?
Guys, more importantly, it's Ashleigh McPherson. How's it going, everyone?
Oh, yeah, seriously, Ash. You dyed your hair brown and no one can even recognize you anymore.
I mean, it's so interesting because this is my natural color. Like,
yeah, but you haven't had it since I've known you.
Since you've known me.
That's been like since you were born.
I can't believe it's this dark. Literally, we matched it just to my root. Like, this is my natural hair.
Do you think, like, do you like it or do you not?
I mean, I like it, but when I got my hair done, I went to her house and she was like, oh, I don't really like it that much. No. Third time I saw her, she was like, you know what? It's actually not that bad.
No, I didn't say I didn't like it that much. I like you blonde, but I know it's damaging for the hair.
Very damaging. I think like these baby pieces around my face are going to grow and they're going to be so luscious by this time.
You're gorgeous no matter what you wear, okay?
Thanks.
You already know that.
Thank you.
It's like I'm just used to seeing you like blonde. I don't know.
I know. I mean, I feel like I've literally been blonde like since like, I think like freshman year of high school is when I started dyeing my hair. That's actually also the time I got my first job. My mom made me get my first job, start paying for like getting my hair done and stuff.
I know. Well, you had to.
Yeah. I was a hostess with the mostess.
Yeah, right? But I feel like you need to, I don't know.
Oh, God. Last time she said something like this, I still get comments on the podcast clips. So
I feel like we could
no suggestions from you.
Well, why can't we like get a blonde wig?
We can get a blonde wig. You know what? Every other aspect of my life, I am Hannah Montana. So like that would just be like the last thing.
I think you need a bunch of wigs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
And then we'll make you go red?
I'm not going red, girl. Hey guys, before today's episode, I want to talk to you about something that Ashley and I care a lot about, mental health.
That's right. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. And Mental Health America of Dutchess County is the perfect place for that help.
Absolutely. Mental Health America of Dutchess County is super empowering and helps so many people with so many problems.
Honestly, it's pretty amazing seeing how mental health actually affects people. I mean, the guests that we've had on the show, we've talked about mental health in almost every episode, and it's a serious topic.
Now's the time to prioritize your mental well-being. If you're suffering from anxiety, depression, or anything mental health related, visit Mental Health America Dutchess County at mhaDutchess.org.
This episode is brought to you by WAVA Water, the smarter way to hydrate. With WAVA, you get more than just water. It's hydration tailored to your busy lifestyle. Need to focus during the workday or a creative session? WAVA has you covered with curated music playlists designed to enhance your concentration and energy. You guys know I have ADD and I cannot focus at all, but when I drink WAVA Water and I listen to their lo-fi beats, suddenly I can focus. It's kind of like I'm cured. Whether you're tackling a big project or just need some clarity, WAVA's hydration and soundscapes help you stay at your best. WAVA is all about fueling your body and mind, so you can take on whatever comes your way. Stay refreshed and motivated with every sip and every beat. Visit wavawater.com to hydrate and find your focus.
I mean, you know what though? That girl that's like a wrestler that always had like that like red hair, like bright red. I always love that look. Do you think I should try it?
I'm thinking like Justina Valentine.
Yeah, Justina Valentine red.
Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd get a wig. I'm not doing my hair like that. That's like every other week maintenance. I can't handle that.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I honestly think, I don't know if I'd like it.
But Justina looks good. I like the way she rocks that hair.
Justina can do it.
She can do it. Yeah, she's like fully immersed in this world. I'm like halfway.
Much. Justina, come on the show. Come on.
Yes,
come hang
Justina,
with this girl.
we want you on Red. Come on, Justina. I think she might be coming.
It's so funny because every single time we're in Vegas, somehow we end up at the club with Justina.
I know.
Like, it's so random. I don't know how that happens.
We do. She's so great. She loves you, Ash.
She's the best. I love her. Guys, literally last time I saw her, I actually made a half court shot at like a basketball fundraiser thing that we were at.
Yeah.
Half court shot. Like, so impressive. If you guys want to see it, go to the Red account. I'm going to post it on there so you guys can all see it.
Yes, check it out. But Justina, we love you. And come on, Red. We're waiting for you, girl. We have lots to talk about. You are Red. I mean, there's no better person to come on the show.
Maybe just replace me with her?
Never. Come on. Stop that.
We'll get a third co-host.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to talk about jobs. You've had a lot of jobs in your life. You said, you got your first job at what age?
I think it was, my first job ever was babysitting. And then from babysitting, then I actually had to get a real job my sophomore year of high school because I needed to start saving up for a car and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when, actually, I think every single job has somehow had something to do with you. That job was your best friend got me the job there.
Yep.
And then
from there, I stopped working there, and I worked
And
at a mini
what'd you
golf
do
place.
there?
At the restaurant?
Yeah.
I was a hostess on Monday and Thursdays. There was no one ever coming in. And I felt so bad sitting on my phone. So I just sit there for 4 hours, like not looking at my phone, just staring off at a wall. It was terrible.
You didn't like it?
I mean, I liked it. It was a good first job. Like there wasn't like too much that I had to like actually do besides like seat people.
Yeah, but you were good at it. You were like a beautiful face at the door. Everybody loved coming to see you.
I think now I'd be able to do it a little bit more. Like I'd probably be more outgoing about it. But like then I was just like 15 and anxious. So
But aren't there like when you are a hostess, shouldn't you be like doing other
Mostess.
things like rolling silverware?
No, actually, and this is what I loved about working there is they had a rule that hostesses like were not allowed to do like back server jobs.
Oh, wow.
Like they had back server jobs for that. So like I didn't clear a table, like I didn't lift a chair. But
I've
I was like
been hooking you up with jobs.
it was
for the last 10
amazing.
years.
It was really good, yeah.
So then what was your second job?
So then from there, at that point, I didn't even have a license. So I was like having my mom or Nana bring me to work every single day. And I would never know when I was getting out. So I'd have to text them and be like, can you come pick me up? And it was 30 minutes away from home. So I'm literally sitting there like waiting to get picked up. One time they were like, all right, like hopefully you can go soon. I sat there for an extra hour because like I was waiting for my manager to come downstairs and tell me that I could leave.
Stop.
They were like, you're still here? So embarrassing. To this day, I
Stop.
still feel a little embarrassed about that. Like,
That's funny.
so then after there, they were like, Ash, like, you don't have a license. Like, you only work 2 days a week. You don't really want more shifts. It was kind of just like a decided thing. It was like I had my year and a half there.
Yeah. And that was
And then
that.
I was done with it after that. And then I went to a mini golf place. It's DC Sports. Shout out DC Sports.
Dan, we love you. He's been wanting
Dan.
to partner with us for like 10 years. Let's just give him the
Come on,
shout
Dan.
out. we
Shout out,
love you.
Dan.
He's always been there for everything we've done. He's always like, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, I love you. He's always encouraging.
It's so funny because like Dan should have fired me so many times and he just didn't.
Dan, I should have fired her 100 times too.
Literally. One thing you guys do is just honestly, one time I literally went to work actually, and there was a sign on the door that said Ashley is late from Dan. Because like he knew I was going to be late and he left before I got there.
That
was
crazy.
funny. I loved that job though. They had indoor golf simulators. They had sand volleyball. They had mini golf. They had bumper
Yep.
boats. Then there was also a kitchen. And then I was like the lead party planner. I had a lot of different roles there.
Yeah, and you like thrived there because your friend came to visit you.
Yeah.
Like 1 hour, one guy would drop off a coffee. The next hour, another guy came.
Actually,
and I was like, I'd come in and I'd stay there for a couple hours with my kids. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's 3 different guys that came here and dropped off coffees. How do they all know your order?
It's so funny because
What?
like it's actually like as bad as that sounds. There was like a 3-week period where like I had like a guy dropping off like different candies every single shift
Oh my
because like
God.
I want candy, but I'm not paying those DoorDash fees.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he did it for me. We don't talk anymore, but
After DC Sports, what'd you do?
so after TC Sports, I was there. I worked there from my junior year of high school all the way until my sophomore year of college. And then I had ended up like dropping out of college and then I started working at the marketing company with you. So I worked at the marketing company from like whatever in the morning till like 4 in the afternoon. Then I'd leave there and I'd go right to DC Sports
That was a lot.
and I would do their golf leagues every single night. And I was there like, honestly, at one point I was there like 6 days a week. And then like that December, it was like right before my 21st birthday, I like put in my 2 week. And like, I literally was like so sad to leave this job because I was like, they've been so good to me. Like
Yeah.
this job, like, I feel like there's not many jobs like you get like comfortable in and like there's like lenience where it's like they
Right.
know you're a good worker, but it's also like you can like let a few things slide.
A few things slide, meaning 20 minutes late every single day.
Basically, yeah. On my phone the whole shift. Actually, there was like one point we can actually give a shout out to my ex that I worked with there because whenever I worked with him, I didn't have to cook, I didn't have to clean. All I had to do was sit at that register and check people out, and he did the rest.
Well, maybe you should date a local guy after
Oh
all.
my
Because
God.
you know
Put
what?
that clip out there.
No, I'm just joking.
What's one thing I should start doing? Date guys from Poughkeepsie.
No, I think you should date guys from wherever. I don't think it really matters where you're from. I think it matters that they're good to you. But
Yeah.
you're expanding your horizons. And what I mean by it is like, it's going to be hard for the guy because you're not going to be here a lot. So,
Yeah, we're going to get out of this town. We got some things coming up. We're going to be busy.
yes, we got a lot of stuff. But we love Poughkeepsie.
We love Poughkeepsie.
And Poughkeepsie's been good to us. And the Hudson Valley's been good to us. And the people in the Hudson Valley are the people that made us. They were the ones that believed in us first.
Well, it's so true because I feel like from your first job, like that's kind of where everything started for us. Like with every connection we have really started
Right.
from like what was your first job actually?
Oh, God, mine?
Yeah.
You really want to know?
Yeah.
I was like 14. I got my working papers, and the second I got them, I remember it was like a little paper in my wallet. I don't even know if they do that anymore.
Yeah, no, they do. I forgot.
It's
You had
like
to go to the
this little-
guidance counselor to
Yeah,
get
and I
it.
got it, and I went right after I got it in my hand. I don't even remember how I got it, but I remember walking in to this little bakery. It was called Sugar and Spice. And I walked in.
Sugar and Spice. I love Sugar and Spice. They're still here to this day.
They are, and I handed them my paper. Now it's an amazing eatery, and they're our client.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Yeah.
And Greg and Andrea have been the best to us over
I
the
love
past
them.
20
They're the
years.
best.
They're the greatest people on earth, and that's why I love Poughkeepsie, for people like that.
Yeah.
But I will say they were my first job, and they didn't own it at the time. Greg's sister did, who I also love so much, Stephanie.
That whole family
She
is amazing.
is-
Shout out Jake and Jordan.
Jake, we love you. Jordan, we love you. And I will say that Sugar Spice, when it first was open, was like a bakery. It only had like little, like La Delicioso. It only had like little, what is it called? Like
I remember the whole like bakery like section they had in
but
like
what
their
do they
old
have?
store.
What are they called? Pastries. What kind of Italian am I?
Isn't their sister company literally Pastry Garden?
Yeah, a pastry garden. And Stephanie's the best. She's always, every time I order a cake, she's like, I love you. And I'm like, I love you more. And
I actually remember we had to pick up the cake for Lily's sprinkle or whatever.
Yeah.
I had to pick up the cake there.
oh, she's the greatest. Their whole family's amazing. Anyway, Stephanie, I first worked for her, and she did like wedding cakes, and she was really young and had the most cool style and beautiful hair. And her husband Tony, who has since passed, showed me everything. They showed me how to cash a register, which I still never really got the hang of. They showed me, and I'll tell you what, I never had a register that was on point. It was 25 cents up, down, $1 more. I was like, whatever. What is it off? I'll just give you my tip. Never knew what the number was, but I was like, whatever it's off, I said, I'd rather not take the time to count it right. Just put the money
No,
in.
I so get that. Like before I got my first job, I was so stressed about giving change to people. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna mess it up. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
And then
yeah.
I went to work for a bank. So, no.
switch up overnight.
But I was never a teller. No, I'm just joking. So I'll tell you what I did. So then I went to Paychecks, and then I got my second job at Mandy. My list is longer than yours. I'm
What's
old.
that?
Mandy was a clothing store.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
It
Wait,
was so trendy.
I actually did not know you did this. Okay.
Oh, no, so trendy. And all my friends from school would come in, and there was this guy, Bob, that worked there. And he was like a little like gnome in the store. Like he would like fester through everything in the store and rattle it off, and all of a sudden it'd be clean. I'm like, what the hell just happened over there?
So he was doing his job.
But he was like the manager, but like he would come in and just like put like it was just like he waved a magic wand, or I just had no clue what the hell I was doing.
That's so funny. He
but
was just running circles around
Yeah,
you.
running circles around me, but he was double my age, but he managed the store, and he always was really good to his staff, and I
Okay.
loved him. And people would come in and make such a mess in the dressing room, and now I never do that. I may carry in
Yeah.
50 items with me,
You're
but I
taking
always
50
have
out.
them hanging on hangers, and I always do the right thing because I feel bad for these retail workers.
Yeah.
When I had to do that, it was not fun.
See, I feel like that's like the same thing as like working in the food industry. Like you
Yeah.
kind of like learn certain etiquette from like being on the
Exactly.
other side of it.
Yeah, and like you don't like, I don't know. Some people are coming in, they see like a lipstick mark on the glass, and although like I don't want to drink from that, and I'll say, hey, do you have another glass? And no big deal. Some people are like, this is disgusting. This is that. Like, listen, we ran it in a dishwasher. Someone put it out.
Yeah.
We're trying our best.
Right. Like there's,
You know what
there's
I'm
human
saying?
error.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's human error, and although we want it to be perfect, like we are like running, I don't know,
Right.
1,000 glasses
Right,
an hour.
right.
Like,
You want to know something crazy about retail? One of my old babysitters, I don't remember where she works. She works somewhere in the mall, and she was telling me, she was like, I was going to clean the dressing rooms, and someone literally peed in the dressing room.
ew,
Like on the floor of the dressing room because they had to go to the bathroom so bad.
that's so
I was like,
bad.
that is, I'd literally quit right there. No 2 weeks notice. I'm walking out of that store. I'm
You know
not
how many
cleaning
diapers
that.
I found in
Ew.
dressing rooms? Disgusting. Like, just pick up the diaper and put it in the trash, or
Like-
like put it in your diaper bag.
Right.
And
Well,
like I never did that either with, you know, my kids
Yeah,
ever.
no.
Like I always just figured out another way. I will say that you know, after Mandy, I worked at Linens and Things. And Linens and Things is where I met my husband's mom.
are you serious?
I actually met her when I was young, but she remembered me all
Yeah.
the time. And in high school, she would come in and buy things, and the store always smelled like cinnamon. It was like a like a Bed Bath and Beyond. It was like a bed store, but it had irons and college stuff. A lot of college kids came through all the stuff they needed for their dorms. And then they had like a houseware section. And I was a cashier there. I got much better at ringing out, by the way.
Okay.
I was no longer 13. I was
Learning
like
from experience.
17 and I was like good at it.
Okay, now you're seasoned.
I'm
okay.
seasoned register ringer. And
Put that in your Instagram
yeah, and I
bio.
could just like ding, ding, ding. And man, I knew every scan code of every item in that store and I loved it. They put me up front and I had no line, girl. That was my vibe. But I will say, Linens and Things taught me a lot about customer service. You know, people would come in so upset that something broke in 2 minutes. And I'm like, guys, it's an iron. Like, we'll replace it. You don't have to get upset.
Yeah.
We're just going to handle it for you.
Yeah, right.
And I realized that the customer's always right. And you just always need to do right by the person and just figure out their problem. And that's when I became a problem solver.
Okay, do you ever think like people like kind of take advantage of the whole customers are right thing though? Like, do you ever have a situation where that happened?
Oh, definitely. I think so many people like expect so much more or write a letter to like prove their point. And the company will go out of their way because they don't want an upset customer, which I understand.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's not right on the customer side. Sometimes, yes, it's wrong. But if the company's working with you, leave it there. If they're not, then you know what? Write a bad review. Do what you want. But at least try to like go at it in a respectful way.
Right. At the end of the day, like we're all people.
We're
like,
all
figuring
people.
it out.
Yeah,
It's like
and
there's
you know
still
what?
like common courtesy.
Whenever I have a problem, I'm not saying I'm dismissive. I will address it. You have to.
I can never
But-
imagine you going to a store and being like, this, and this are wrong. Like you just feel like, whatever, I probably did it. Like,
Well, like, did the box come in? Because I can't find it. Because that's what happens in my house.
all right. So linens and stuff. What's after that?
Linens and Things.
Linens. Silly
Yeah,
me.
and my
Linens
boyfriend's
and
mom used to
things.
come in. Maria, I love you, Ma. She's now my mother-in-law. She used to come in and she used to just always be like, oh my God, you're so nice. And then I was like a size 2 and like perfect, you know, I'm young and whatever. And my husband would come in at the time, my boyfriend, and I'd just see him in bedding. And then he would like drop a sheet and I'm like, are you here to buy that? Or are you like trying to check me out? What's going on here?
Definitely check you out.
So,
Considering where you are now, I'm gonna go and check you out.
so after Linens and Things, and in between I did cheerleading and play practice. So I had like only 3 hours a day
You
to
were a
work.
theater kid.
Well, I was like an everything kid, but I sang. I sang the national anthem for
Okay.
every football, basketball game in high school and college. I did a lot of that.
It's so funny you say that because I was actually looking you up on YouTube yesterday and I found a national anthem you were singing like 15 years ago on someone's YouTube.
Oh God.
I don't remember what it was,
Can we delete
but
that?
I don't know if we can get that down.
But
Gab,
Gabby, do something. Will
were you ever like a lead in a play or anything?
I was in Harvey,
Okay.
which
What's that?
it's only a speaking play, and I was the aunt, and she was old, and I held a Maltese in the play, and it peed on me during the
No.
play. Yeah, but I had to keep going with my lines, and that is when I realized the show must go on.
The show must go
So-
on. The life of a showgirl.
The life of a showgirl, Taylor. We love
Okay.
you. And I'll tell you, I realized the show must go on no matter what. And that gave me my poker face to this whole industry.
Okay.
So,
okay. Spat out
um,
SPAC Theater.
Yeah, shout out SPAC Theater. And now my son goes to SPAC, which is really cool. We all did. We all went to SPAC. After that, I did a lot of odds and ends things. I grew, I babysat a lot. Every Saturday, I babysat for the same family that, oh my God, I don't know if you want to go into that one, but they were fun. They were a fun family. They didn't get home till 3 a.m. Danny used to come over with me because I was scared.
Oh, I remember you was always saying that she was okay. When I started babysitting for you, you were like the only person to be like, have whoever over. I don't care as long as kids are alive when I get home. Like it's whatever.
Yeah, but you got to make
To
sure.
an extent,
Yes,
of course.
yes,
I'm not
yes.
throwing a rager at your house, but I
Yes.
remember you'd always say like Danny would go over with you to like
Yes,
babysit.
because I was scared to be alone. I'm like, you have
You've
the wrong
always been this
babysitter.
way.
I don't like
Yeah.
to be alone, and the kids don't make me feel comfortable. So I needed somebody. So like, just bring Danny because they knew he was harmless. And
Yeah.
we weren't dating yet. He's just my friend.
Okay.
And they would come home at like 3 a.m, half in the bag, half out of the bag, and whatever else they were doing. Then they would get in a fight. This couple liked to fight, and they ended up divorced. But
Go figure.
I know, and they were the best though. They were really good, and they'll always comment on all my stuff. I love you guys. And
We're giving shout outs everywhere.
everybody. Then I had another job. What job? Oh, my first job was working for my aunt at 10. I did all her filing, county carburetor.
For Uncle Pete.
Yeah,
Aw.
he still goes to work every day. He's like
Yeah.
90 years old, and it keeps him ticking.
He said it keeps his like hands
Yep.
good though, like working on the cars and stuff.
Exactly.
So
Aunt Leah was my favorite aunt. I love all my aunts, but she gave me my first job. She believed in me.
you're Aunt Leah to me.
That's
How
right. She
cute.
was my girl. And so anyway, after that, trying to think. Then I worked at Cappuccino's. I worked at Chef Andrea's. I became a bartender.
No, Cappuccino's is like that's engraved in my brain. You working there, and I remember, didn't a president go there or something at one point?
But can I tell you something on how this happened?
Yeah.
Okay. No, the president never went to Cappuccino's.
No, there was something in the ground that said he stood there at one point.
Yeah, but not like a current president. We're talking about like.
Oh, it's just history.
The historical president. I don't even know who it was.
Whatever. They took down the building, so it couldn't have been that important.
Anyway, I went to, I was in college at Iona for my first year. Then I came home, went to Marist. But I went to Iona, and my father had just passed away. I was 18 years old. My father passed away 3 days before I left for college. My mom was left alone. She didn't like to be alone either. That's where I got all this stuff from. I get there, and I'm like, I don't know exactly what to do. You know, my mom, I was crying all week. And I meet these girls in a dorm. 2 were best friends from home. 2 were like really like bougie. And then there was me, and I was like, I want to be a cheerleader, and I sing the national anthem at everything. And I'm very outgoing, but I'm crying all week because my dad just died.
Like
they don't
this
even
is
know.
like the worst week to be meeting you.
Yeah, they don't even know. They're like, this girl's like homesick.
You didn't tell them?
I didn't tell them for 3 days.
So
3 days in college is like a freaking year.
Yeah, I'm sure, especially when you're going through that. So
First year, like,
Yeah.
you're out drinking every night. I was in my dorm room crying.
were they like, why is this girl crying?
Yes, they thought I was the weirdest person. So then I said to them, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say this, but my father died on Friday, and it was like Thursday.
I don't know what I would do if I was like,
And they were like,
I would've been
oh
like,
my God. And then
right.
everybody were like, I just didn't want anyone to feel bad for me. And
no,
like,
but like that's like,
I know. But when they found out, my whole life changed.
Yeah.
They didn't think I was weird anymore. They felt terrible. Everyone was like, what can I get you to eat? How can I help you? I was like the it girl in the whole dorm. And I was like, guys, I don't want this attention. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel guilty. I want to be normal, and let's just hang out.
Yeah.
And then it got really fun. And I was homecoming queen in college.
are you serious?
I was homecoming queen in high school, junior, senior year, then homecoming queen freshman year in college. They had one every year in college, every like grade level.
Your life is literally a movie. I really can't. Only you
I was
would win
prom
3 years in
queen
a row.
twice, and now the prom king is the principal of my son's school, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Clinton, we love you. But so many crazy things have happened. But while I was in college and after my father died, it led to my first like adult job, which was bartending. My roommate went to, go get her bartending license. And I was like, why would you ever want to be a bartender? And she's like, well, my friend made $600 last night. I'm like, where can I get the license?
It's like, so how
let's
can
go.
I do that?
I want to make $600. So I went to bartending school. I learned every drink. At the time, it was like, I don't know, like creme de menthe and cocoa. It was like,
Wait, first of all, I don't know what that is.
yeah, it's just.
That's a drink?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I just realized you could make any drink for me. I mean, you don't drink, but like you know how to make
I
drinks.
know how to make every drink, but I don't know the new age drinks. I mean, I bartended 20 years
I
ago.
mean, like I like an Aperol spritz.
Yeah, that's easy.
Or like an espresso
Yeah,
martini.
I can
Or
make
like
you anything like that. Yes.
dirty martini.
Yeah. Yeah. Dirty
All right.
martinis are my fave.
After this,
So after, I started working at this place, Chef Andreas, and I knew nothing about bartending, but he would take all the people out of bartending school that they recommended. So they recommended me and another friend, not the girl that brought me in. She never ever bartended, never got a job.
no way.
She wasn't good at it at all. Like she did not know how to
Oh
make
my
drinks.
God.
But you had to like in school, like speed through bartending. So you had to like get like 7 drinks in under 2 minutes. And so I did it. And cash your register out, right? Thank God I had that cash
Thank
register
God.
experience
Shout
because I was
out.
like bing, 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 bing. And I was like back and forth quick. So I passed the test and he hired me. And I got there, and the night I got there, he's like, okay, your pay is $10 an hour. And then he took all my tips.
No way.
I had no idea.
Wait, was there minimum? Like, what was the minimum wage?
It
then?
was a lot less than 10. It was like $5 an hour for servers at that time. But
So you're getting 10, but you're not getting
he didn't give me
any tips.
Any tips.
So you're working
he-
a 5-hour shift. You're making $50.
And then he was like, oh, well, then the next shift, he gave me half my tips. I had to earn my tips from him based on how I performed. And I'm like,
Oh, I'd be
how are
so
you? So I
annoyed.
call the bartending school and I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, I don't know anything about bartending, but I thought like you keep your own tips. And they're like, oh, no, you do. You need to quit. I didn't quit because he was like, you can keep your tips on the 3rd shift. From then on, I made like $300 a night. Then there were nights I made $800, $1,200.
It's crazy the money that's there for
I
that.
built
like,
a rapport, and I was like, oh my God, I paid off college in 2.5 years, a 4-year school.
That's great.
I bartended 78 days straight one summer, all the way into the school year, and I paid off my college tuition.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
78 days straight. I think I'd go insane. That's why she thinks it's normal for us to do it.
I'm a
That's why.
workaholic. It's not normal. But listen, because I was able to pay off $100,000 in student loans, that
Yeah.
set me up for life. And then I saved another $100,000. I put that down in a house at 24 years old. Like
Guys,
most
it was
people,
a beautiful house too, on the river, like freaking like I think of it, it was like a castle.
it was
It was
beautiful.
all like white and clear and like glass. I loved that house.
And I really think like a lot of people are like, well, how are you successful? And I do think it's because I learned to save money at a young age, and my husband did too. And because him and I stacked so much money and got together so young, by the time
Yeah.
we were 30, we were at where most people were at when they were, 40 or 50.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's true. By the time you were buying your first house, like people were just starting to pay off their student loans for their 4-year.
they were just getting out of 4-year school,
Right.
getting their first job. And I was already like, saved $100,000.
Yeah.
I just love Pixie Beauties on the,
Hold on a second. I'm not ready yet.
oh, geez, Ash, seriously?
Are you kidding? Have you seen how my skin has been glowing lately? I'm not stopping.
I mean, seriously, Pixie Beauty products are for every day, and they are the best. I love the Glow Tonic. It's become a staple in my skincare.
I love that product. I use it every day before I do my skincare. And honestly, it's like brightens my face, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, a guest commented today on how beautiful you looked and that you were dewy and glowy, and it's all because of Pixie.
Honestly, Pixie products just know how to make you feel beautiful in your own skin.
My favorite is the Pixie On The Glow blush. It is so much fun. You can just stick it right on, take it out. It's just one of my favorites. It's so much fun, and it looks so good on.
Honestly, it gives you like a nice sun-kissed glow. I absolutely love it, and it's going to be great for summer. If you guys want to glow this summer just like us, visit www.pixiebeauty.com. All right, listen up, party people. Fridays at Mahoney's Irish Pub are where the vibes are high, the drinks are flowing, and the weekend officially begins. If you're looking for the ultimate night out, Mahoney's has got you covered with killer drink specials, live DJs, and crowds that know how to bring the energy. Whether you're sipping on an ice cold beer, toasting with a perfectly mixed cocktail, or taking a shot to kickstart the night, this is the spot to be. Every Friday, starting at 10 p.m. So grab your crew, hit the dance floor, and make some memories the Mahoney's way. Doors open late, the drinks are cold, music's hot. What more do you need? I'll see you guys this Friday and every Friday at Mahoney's Pub, where the weekend starts the right way.
Asunta, I have to say, ever since I've been going to Derma Laser Center, my skin has never looked better. What's your secret?
Thank you, Michelle. I'm so glad you're happy. So basically, our treatments are tailored to every client's unique needs. It's all about personal care. And we're just here to help you achieve long-term skin health.
Oh, I love that. And I love that it's unique to everyone. That's really important. I have to say, I get compliments on my skin all the time.
That's the best feedback we can get, honestly. Whether you're coming in for a laser hair removal treatment, a facial, or a skincare consultation, we're here to help all our clients feel confident in their skin.
I have to say, for me, it's been a game changer. I always feel like I look fresh and refreshed, and it's because of the treatment. Whether it's laser hair removal or it's facials, all of the things that you do really help support me. So thank you so much, and I just love you, Asunta.
I love you. Thank you. We're here to help everyone glow. For anyone interested in finding out more information about our services at Derma Laser Center, you can visit our website at dermalasercenterny.com. We'd love to help you achieve your best skin and smoothest results ever.
Get glowing.
So you worked at this restaurant. That was your first year of school, and then you came home. Then that's when you started working at
Yeah.
Cappuccinos?
Yeah, started working. I came home my first year at Iona. I worked at Chef Andrea's one summer. I have a really crazy story. I have to just say it.
Okay, let me hear it.
So I get home from Chef Andrea's one night, and I'm driving home, and I get pulled over by the police, and I had all my purse money stuffed in my kit. Did I
Yep.
tell you this already?
Yes, but you guys have to hear the story. It's literally insane. And every time I hear it, I can't.
Well, I
believe
had
it.
this little tiny Louis Vuitton purse. It was like when I don't know. It was way back when, a long time ago. And I put a ton of money in there. It was singles and 20s and hundreds and a bunch of money. It was probably like $500 or $600. I get pulled over on the side of the road, and the cops are like, you have to get out because you don't have a license. And I'm like, what do you mean? They were like, well, your license was suspended. And I'm like, how? I never had any tickets or whatever. I'm 19.
So you're just following.
I'm just like, well, they're cops. And they're like, get out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I get out. They search my car. And they're like, have a good night. I get back in my car. All my money's gone.
Okay. Were they real cops or like were they
They
just...
were definitely real cops. There was 2 of them. I reported them. I never got their names. I'm a 19-year-old girl. I didn't see their badges. I was so sad about it.
That is so frustrating.
And I couldn't believe it. like I had like a little Motorola phone that would like it was like a straight phone, no screen at that time. So I'm like calling my mom and I'm like, Mom, I really think that like the police just stole my money. She's like, there's no way. I'm like, Mom, I looked around the car. They took off before I left. They're supposed to wait for you to get back.
Literally insane.
I could not believe it. And I still to this day, like, I really can't believe it. But it was like the money wasn't organized. It was like stuffed hanging out of my purse. So there was no way, like maybe some of it could have fell, but there's no way all that money fell out.
There's no way it all just disappeared and it was there before you got pulled over and it's gone when
I
you
know.
When you're
and I'm
back.
still not blaming them because I have good heart and good faith and I love the police. They protect us. They're good. You know, I believe in the police.
Stole your money.
But I just can't believe that happened.
And like that's like even more frustrating because it's like late at night. You already worked that whole long shift.
Yeah, it was 4 a.m.
Yeah, I would be literally pissed.
It was just turning
like,
like bright out.
Like what do you do?
I don't know. I cried the whole way home. It was another 20 minutes. And then I said, I can't do this Chef Andreas drive. It's 45 minutes away. So I applied for this corner little watering hole by my house called Cappuccinos. And I thought I was bartending in a restaurant. And at bartending school, they told me that if you get a restaurant job, the waiters cut you in on their tip and that's normal.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's nice. Like then I don't like have to deal with like, you know, drunk people and, you know, I wanted a more respectable job. Well, I get there and all of a sudden they bring me down to the dungeon and
no, guys, like literally she's
it's
serious.
like this tall. It's right above my head. I can barely walk. If I step too high, I'm hitting my head on a beam.
There's no jumping.
There's no jumping. There's no nothing. And it's filled with like mold and asbestos and bugs. And I walk down there and I'm like 19.
I don't know how they ran a bar out of there actually.
And this lady's like, ding, ding, ding. And they're ringing the cowbell and they have all the, and I'm like, what is this? And they're like, this is our bar. And I'm like, oh no, I want to work at the service bar upstairs. They're like, oh no, this is the bar you got a job in. And I'm like,
because what was upstairs? Was it like a high class, like,
it was a
kind
nice
of
Italian restaurant, but it had
Yeah.
like a service bar that one person could stand on and just make drinks for the tables. I thought that was my job.
It's so interesting though, like the difference of like the restaurant upstairs was so nice and like downstairs, like she's literally not exaggerating when you say like the walls crumbling off of the wall, like the bathroom doesn't even
like
have a
if
door.
you touch the wall, the rock fell.
Right. literally.
And they painted over it to try to like get it intact. Paint's not going to work.
No.
Like,
but like how did like that pass like health code violations?
I don't know if it helped pass health code. I don't know. All I knew was this woman was behind the bar and she's like, well, let me show you what to do, toots.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
like, okay, I'm in the wrong place. I gotta get out of here.
Where I thought I was
and then she made like $500 that night and she split it with me. And I was like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm a newbie.
Yeah.
You could have just gave me
Walked all
$20
over you like the
and said
last
thank
job,
you.
yeah.
And she split her tips and I was like, geez, $250. And you know, I get home by like 10.
So
That's a
much
dream
better.
because
Right-
over there
right
I didn't
down
get
the
home
road.
until 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's
So I said, all right, let me try this out. So I did one shift there and the people were great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I fell in love with the characters. It was like Cheers. Although the place was not, and it wasn't my vibe, and I came in like a glamour queen into like the roughest place
oh
you
my
could
God,
be.
literally like
It was like the perfect fit. I learned how everything there, you know, ringing the register, which was still off half the time, making some of the best friendships of my life, watching people go through divorce, watching people lie, cheat. You know, there was not good people there too. I saw it all. I figured out what I wanted in life and what I didn't want in life in that place. And that taught me how to treat people, had every life lesson you could learn. And it was the best thing I ever did. I was there for 7 years.
that's crazy. You're there for 7 years. I mean, you are meeting a lot of different people in like different walks of life. I feel like that bar specifically really collected a lot of characters.
Yeah, because you had the IBMers who were corporate, and then by like 6 o'clock it turned into like the guys who like just needed to drink their whole bottle of Dewar's, and then it was, you know, they got home by 8, and then it was like the college kids that wanted to come out and have a couple drinks before they went to the bar because it was a lot cheaper to work there, before they went to like the college bar that was expensive.
Honestly, like I feel like if like me and my friends were to go out to a bar, like we would want like a bartender like you who like is personable like that. Like you're not like, there's definitely like been times that you go out and like, it's just like, oh my God, like.
No, I was like the fun bartender.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I have a new CD. Do you want to buy it? It's $10. And by the way, you know, it was.
You're running an underground business.
They let me sell everything there. They let me sell tickets to my shows, CDs. They let me build. That was where I built my real fan base.
Yeah.
And all those people there treated me like a star, a person, a sister, a friend, a mom, whatever they needed. I was that woman figure. And they always treated me with respect, and no one ever let me leave or be alone.
Yep.
They always let me go home. And I found my bodyguard there, who, Ronnie, I love you.
I was just talking about him the other day, actually. It's so funny.
He is the best. It was just an amazing experience, even though it was a misfit, total misfit. And I don't know if I'd ever let my daughter do that.
Probably not. It's a different time, though. It is completely
time.
different time.
But everyone had my back. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, they all treated me right. And I love that place. And that's another reason why I love Poughkeepsie and the Hudson Valley.
I feel like those regulars kind of like become like your family. Like,
They
I
do.
feel like I remember like I would like go to school on Wednesdays. We'd stay with Nana, and like every time Zizi like getting dropped off, what was it, like 6 or
3:30.
8 water bottles though?
Oh, no, I used to carry a cooler because I was like meal prepping. So I'd
Yeah.
have my food. I'd have like 3, 4, 5. And then I'd have my water bottles. I had 8 in there that I had to
Yes.
drink throughout the night.
Yeah, which is first of all crazy. Like these were big water bottles.
They were
too.
like
I
the
don't know
sport
how she
ones.
was drinking them. And every time I'd get out of school, we'd get off the bus, and Nana would have like Zizi's stuff packed and ready to go, and we'd go to Cappuccino's and we'd drop it off to her. And they had the Bambino pizzas there.
Oh, they were so
good. And that was like a treat. Like when Nana would let us
Yeah.
get those, I like loved Wednesdays when we'd go there.
And
we'd
you guys
bring
only
that.
came in when the people from after work didn't even get there
yeah,
yet.
no,
You
it
were
was
there
like,
4
early.
o'clock.
Yeah, it was like when you
No
were
one was
starting.
there.
I feel like
Yeah, I got your pizza, and then once they rolled in, you guys
Yeah,
left.
Nana never let us like sit there and eat the
Yeah.
pizza, but we were able to order and pick it up.
Yeah, there was a
so-
couple tables that weren't at the bar. That
Yeah,
you could hang out
yeah.
at. But I will tell you, I loved that place, and I loved Louie and Vinny and Nick and everybody that treated me really well there. I became part of their family.
Yeah, literally.
Part of their family. And, they had a terrible tragedy happen in that family. Luigi's son passed away in a car accident, Claudio.
gosh.
And I'm going to cry when I think about it because he was the best kid in the world. They have a foundation for him, Claudio Cares. And I love him, and you should check it out. And I don't even want to think about it because it's going to make me cry. But he's, local to the Hudson Valley. They all treated me like their own sister. I was like one of the Coppolas. They were good to me.
That's so cute. Oh, wait, I didn't realize that was a family.
Yeah.
So they still have their other restaurant.
They make sauce. Yeah.
Okay.
They make sauce
All right.
at Adams, our favorite.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
Adams.
So
Well, that place isn't there anymore.
No.
So what happened after you left Cappuccino's?
So then I started my own business doing social media and marketing because I used to do nightlife events.
Okay.
And after that, I saw the money in nightlife because a good friend of mine ran a restaurant. And he said, come promote it for me. You have a lot of friends. You have a lot of followers. Everybody knows you. I said, all right, I'll come. So I met everybody in town, and I just started texting people. Texting was new back then. That's how old this was. And they were like, hey, guys, come to this event. And I'd send them the flyer. And all of a sudden, 500 people would show up. And I realized this through a Facebook event. My friend told me Facebook is wonderful. And I was like, I don't want to do social media. That's a waste of time. I want to make money. And they're like, oh, no, you can invite all your friends on a Facebook invite. I was like, wait, you can? Instead of me texting everybody. So I
Switches
did.
are pressing one button.
I had a code that
Oh.
allowed you to invite as many people as you wanted.
Do you still have that code?
That code doesn't work anymore.
I was going to
Dang
say that
it.
would save us so much time.
I know. My friend gave it to me, and he always had the updated code. So I'd pop it in, and boom, 50,000 people were invited to your event, and 2,000 would show up. And I was like, oh my God, this is a cash cow.
Yeah.
So I promoted a lot of different places from there and made a ton of money. I went from making $500 a night to $2,000 a night.
Yeah.
And sometimes $5,000. If it was New Year's Eve, there were nights I brought in $8,000, $9,000, $10,000.
And I feel like it was such an untapped market at that point, social media marketing.
Yeah.
Getting people in a room. You were
Yep. I was a pioneer of that in this
Yeah,
market.
yeah.
And in New York City, I probably would have made 20 or 50
oh
grand.
my God.
But here, I knew this market. I knew the
Yeah.
people. And people knew if I was doing the party, it was awesome.
Right, yeah.
I never drank. I never did drugs. I was never in the scene. I was the businesswoman behind it and the figurehead. And I was really proud of
Which
that.
is the craziest part because majority of people that are in that world, I
Yep.
feel are there for
Uh-huh. And that's okay. I
No,
don't
it's really
judge.
okay. But
I
it's
don't
so
judge.
interesting that you were able to be this person that was getting everyone in the room, and it was you weren't drinking or anything. They were there strictly for your vibes.
Yeah. But you know what I realized? That's not my vice. So a lot
Yeah.
of people say that to me. They're like, oh, you never drank. I'm so proud of you. But I don't like to drink. I like sweets.
Right.
If you tell me not to eat a sweet,
Oh
that's
my God.
different.
You bring her to Dylan's Candy Bar. That place is cleared out in an hour.
That I would be proud of. But me, I've never been a drinker. I'm too scared to do drugs. I'm somebody that's I don't know. I like to be clear-minded.
But that's okay. Like
Yeah.
that's okay.
No, it's great. And I'm
great,
glad
yeah.
I'm like that because mental health really does matter to me. And I knew that if I ever went down that hole, you never know what's going to happen.
One last thing.
Right. One less
Yeah.
thing. So, so I was, there's a lot of people that did fall into that, but I was always there for them. And I always told people, drink responsibly, come out and hang out, have a good time.
Yeah.
But don't do anything that's going to detriment your brand, your
Yeah.
person. That you don't want to become somebody that needs to depend on drugs or alcohol.
I feel like that's an even better person to like have like in that world though, because it's like you actually have like a clear mind with like the advice you're giving
I
people as
actually
well.
cared. I was like, come party and hang out with me, but
Be
you
safe.
don't need to like buy a bottle and take it down.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, at that time we were selling 40, 50 bottles a night, and it was just super lucrative. And I'd go from one club to the next, to the next, to the next. And that also was able to, get me my house down payment and put me in a good financial position and create friendships that I will never, ever forget. It was amazing. And it was awesome. From there, a friend of mine said, do social media because you get everybody on social media to come to these events. So I went from I'm never doing Facebook to getting this code to, oh my God, I'm the social media pioneer.
Right. Literally. Literally.
From inception and coming up with trending videos. I remember the first video I did for Sugar and Spice, my client. It was Taco Tuesday and we did a dance. This is way before TikTok. And they were like, everyone's coming into the store saying, it's Taco Tuesday. And they were like, this is actually working.
That is
and I was like,
so funny.
And then TikTok came out and all these things came out and it became trending, right? And it just made so much sense. But there were so many things like that prior to TikTok and prior to Instagram, on
So
Facebook.
you really started TikTok.
No, I didn't start anything, but I did understand. I always knew what was coming next.
Yeah.
That I feel like I can say. Step ahead. And then once I left the club scene, I started my social media business called Think Social First. And I did that because there was my husband was really big into the chamber. He owned commercial cleaning, landscaping, facility maintenance company, and Think Local First was their campaign, and it was everywhere with this guy, Charlie North, who was such a great communicator. He was actually born with two parents who were hearing impaired. So when you are around hearing impaired folks, you have to over communicate.
Yeah.
And he was a great communicator and came up with Think Local First. But because that was so big, I said, let's do Think Social First. So it was great. We had 50 clients in a matter of 18 months.
Wow.
And I still have great relationships with all of them. And one of the clients was a golf course. The golf course was owned by Rhinebeck Bank.
Okay.
And they were like, we have to increase membership. And they were like, listen, this place has no shot in the dark. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. We're never reaching this number. It's just the environment. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But we love you. So maybe you should consider taking on this VP of marketing role. So I interviewed 100 interviews with so many people in leadership.
That had to
and
have been so nerve-wracking.
It was nerve-wracking, but I was up for it.
I guess,
was
like,
ready.
yeah, you already had the experience, but like, wasn't that like kind of like stressful? I feel like that's such a different world from like what you were doing.
Oh,
like,
from nightlife and then
Yeah.
18 months later working as a VP of
Yeah.
marketing for a bank. It was, but I felt like I met so many people in nightlife. I knew how to handle people.
Yeah.
And I had so many experience because I worked for a company called Geodis as well in college, which was logistics. So I had corporate experience. I did all their front end and marketing. And because I had that experience and I knew people and I ran my company with 50 clients and I met all types of business owners and I had so many relationships, it was a shoe-in for the bank. So it's kind of like they wanted someone fresh with big ideas that knew social media. And I was able to give them a fresh look at their brand and create something new.
Wow.
And we took the bank from $645 million to $1.2 billion in a matter of 6 years.
Okay, so like at what stage, like during all of these jobs, like do you think like, have you ever experienced imposter syndrome where you're just like, how the hell did I get where I am?
No, I just knew I always knew I was destined for greatness and always knew I was destined for wealth because I'm a hustler. I'm clear-headed. I keep my mental health in check. And I always want and know what's best. I can't explain it, but I'm always going to put myself in the best position to win and the people around me. And I take care of everyone around me, which in essence takes care of myself.
Yeah.
So I think that,
You always knew.
I always knew.
You were a step ahead with everything.
It's about a hustle.
Yeah.
It's about hard work. And then it's when luck meets opportunity. And no. You know what success is, and I do believe this, and I see these memes all the time, but it's when preparation meets opportunity. So you're prepping your whole life, you're working, you're meeting, you're networking, and eventually it's like, boom, this lands.
Okay. I like that.
Because you have all these experiences and you're waiting for that one thing, and then boom, it lands, and you're like, it landed because I was meant for it, and I've been waiting for it, and I prepared for it.
So as you're doing all these jobs, you also didn't even mention the fact that like you're literally recording, like writing, recording music and like putting it out, like all on top of doing all of that.
So Cappuccino's at 7 years, I tried to really make it as an artist. They gave me the flexibility. I would make a couple grand a week at work, and I was able to then take that money, invest it in my music career, and save money for my personal life too. And I took some of that money and I recorded albums with everybody I knew. I tried everything. I met so many different people. And that's how I built up to 12,000 people on my cell phone, and my social media following was through music. I performed everywhere from, opening for Neo to hanging out with everybody from Black Eyed Peas to my manager represented Chris Willis and owned the rights to David Guetta's publishing. So he introduced me to half the world. I was everywhere for a short period of time, from Europe to here, all the film festivals, music festivals, and I got introduced to the Hollywood life during that time. He's since passed from COVID, which is terrible. But I learned so much from him too, and he introduced me to half the globe. And the reason I started the podcast is because I had so many contacts in entertainment and music. And I was like, I can get my friends to become a guest. And they're very popular people. Yeah. And they love me and I love them. And this was a good vehicle for them to promote whatever they're doing. Yeah. And for us to get some good views on what we want to share.
So is that manager the one that we talked about with Judy Torres?
So Judy Torres introduced me to him. Again, when preparation meets opportunity. I sang my whole life since I was 5. I opened for her because I met someone that said, you need to open for Judy.
She's so cool. Having her on, she is so cool.
Judy's the best. And Judy said to me, Michelle, you're great. I love your personality. I like the way you work. I'm going to introduce you to my manager. And that changed my life. Yeah. That meeting, it introduced me to everybody. Then 2 weeks later, I'm at Miami Music Festival, literally sitting next to Randy Jackson when he was at his height for American Idol. I'm sitting next to him, and Randy Jackson says to me, he's like, what are your goals? And I was like, I want to be an artist. He's like, well, what kind? And I said, a pop artist. He goes, well, how are you going to do it? And I said, my manager's helping me. We're getting out there. He's like, where's your single? I said, here. He's like, I like you.
You had it already.
I had it already. Preparation meets opportunity. Now, Randy and I have never worked together, but I'll never forget that moment.
Maybe that preparation just hasn't met that opportunity
yet.
But
we'll see. Maybe Randy will hang out. We'll see. But so many other things happen, political or not, prior to Trump being president. I met him on set of when he had his show. What the heck was it called?
I think that was before my time.
Anybody remember? The Apprentice. Okay. So I was on The Apprentice as a stand-in model. I did a lot of that work with a booking agent. She was great. She got me on. I would make like $200 or $300 sitting there so they could do lighting and this and that.
Yeah, like a stand-in.
Without the paid people because they want like thousands of dollars an hour. So I met him there. He was really cool. He sat next to me multiple times. Met his daughter. I met so many people in entertainment through my manager. He really did hook me up. And I have relationships for 25 years because of that. Yeah. And Cappuccino's allowed me to bring in the income I needed, but get the flexibility to go, work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then fly out Thursday to some crazy, extravagant networking event.
It's so cool. You guys don't even know, literally when I was younger, I was like, you guys don't understand. My aunt is so cool. I'm like, she has a studio in her house. I'm like, she literally let us record the New York version of California Girls. We're like, she is so cool, all this stuff. And I literally remember it. There's the purple and the black foam things all over that wall. Yeah. She had this big door in my grandma's old house that had every single person that ever walked in that room signed that door.
There was thousands of signatures.
I can't believe we didn't take that door.
Actually, we should have. We have a picture of it. We should.
But that was so cool. We'll put that when this episode comes out with the other video that we brought up. But that door was so cool. Everyone was signed on there.
Everybody.
That was so cool.
There was a lot of big people that came there. And I think that what I've learned throughout this is, you never know what someone's going through. And I think that you have to take a person at face value and embrace them for who they are and learn from them and vibe, whatever that means, right? So
that's what we do with our guests.
It is. And I feel like that's what we do with life. And I think that's why we love it so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now
here we are.
after the bank, they didn't want to grow much. They kind of were happy at the $1 billion mark, and I'm a grower. I like to plant seeds and watch them fly, baby.
Yep.
Like Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yep, literally.
And I said, so what is my next step? And one vehicle we had at the bank was a show called Wake Up with Rhinebeck Bank. And that show was part of helping the bank get to where it was. Now, we also went public. I had a great sales team. The ops team was incredible. It was a machine that sung. And if you're in corporate business and you know anything about a machine's humming, that's what we had there. It was a humming, straight machine that was very pointed with specific goals. And we really, as a team, killed it.
Yeah.
Once I left, you know, they've done a lot of different things, but still kind of stuck around that number. And I said, you know what? I love the show aspect. It helped me grow. I think it'd be a great vehicle. And I had a partnership with iHeart for many years because I had a show on weekends as their jock.
Another job she forgot to
Another
tell us
job
about.
I
I'm like, I
had.
don't know how you had all this time in the week.
I work day and night. I've worked so hard, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I love everything I've done, and I'm proud of it all.
That's like your version of hanging out.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, come hang out with me at work, or you know, I'm on air, and they're like, oh my God, I hear you. I'm like, great, call in. Like, I work and have fun at the same time. So, but
that was even cooler, actually.
Yeah.
I remember you used to be on the radio, and you'd be like, I gave you a shout out, like, listen at this time.
Yeah.
I remember that for our birthdays.
Because we'd like record the break, and I'd be like, all right, at 7:14, I'm coming on, Ashley.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah.
Hey, Ash, happy birthday. I love you. You know.
Yeah.
I would always shout out anyone who wanted one. And at the time, iHeart was called Clear Channel, and they gave me my first shot. Chris Marino has been a friend, a person that has believed in me since I handed him my first CD. He gave me the opportunity to host red carpets. Without that iHeart partnership, we wouldn't be able to do anything.
Chris is the
And
best.
Chris Marino, I love you
Shout
more than
out.
anything. You are the most amazing, funny dad joke.
It's so fun when we all make content together. He's so funny.
He's so good. Felicia, everybody at iHeart, Ava, Tina, Rob, everybody has treated me like nothing less than such a great partner. And I just love iHeart.
Yeah. So you did the radio jock stuff with them.
Did that, and then it turned into the podcast. And it took us a year to create this. I worked with Christina, who helped develop Beyonce's perfume line. And she said, I really want to help you with this because I think we can nail it. And she and I brainstormed for months on what we're going to call this. And we came up with words that describe me, and it was relevant, entertaining, dynamic. And that's where we came up with red, because I look good in red, and red's a power color, and you fit right in with red.
You always got
and
the red
it was
lip.
just, I always had the red lip. And it started off actually with someone else as co-host, because you were still working at DC Sports.
Yeah.
And you were my first guest.
I was the first guest, yeah.
And then when everyone knew we had synergy, they were like, bringing Ashley on was the best decision Red ever made. That was like...
It's actually crazy. This December, we're coming up on like my 2-year officially of me being like on the show. Right, 2 year?
Yeah.
2023.
And now like we have like amazing guests, amazing views. Finally. It's 3 years. Third year.
Yeah.
Third year coming up.
We've done so much now.
We have done so much, so many events, so many contacts, and bringing so much spotlight on mental health.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's what my favorite part is.
I think that's the best part, is because like, especially coming from like when like you decided to have me on the show, like we always talked about how like we're very similar, but like also like we do have two very different perspectives on things. Like,
I mean,
coming
look
from
at
two
us right
different
now.
generations. Yeah,
I'm
like
the glam god, you're chilling.
literally, basically. But I mean, we both look good doing it.
I know, no. And I think that it makes us fun. You're the trendy one. Like, you're what a podcaster should be. I'm like, a talk show host meets,
Right.
I don't know
You're
exactly
on, what's that show that everyone sits at that table?
The View.
The View.
Yeah.
You're
I
on
want
The
my own
View.
talk show with you and a few other characters. We're going to plan
That'd
that
be
too.
cool.
Yep.
Well, I feel like that's where like it's been like better, like us both like being here, because like we both have like different like experiences or
Right.
like stances on like mental health and like things that
Yes.
we've experienced. And I think like that's been like a great part of doing the show, is like we're always able to like give two different perspectives.
Agreed.
With
And
MHA, they're the best.
they are the best. MHA Duchess, Andrew, we love you. And I'll tell you, because the programs they provide, and because when I was young and had anxiety and suffered so badly from it, and still suffer,
Yeah.
and still do, we all have something,
Yeah.
right? That's like our quirky thing. I would never talk about it because it was taboo. And I was like, one day I'm going to bring light to this because people shouldn't feel this way.
Yeah.
And here we are. And
feel like
this
that's
is
so true,
living
yeah.
my truth, my dream.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel, but
Hey, I feel great. I'm happy to be here.
me too. But Ash, I love you.
I love you. I feel like we probably could have just done a list of like what jobs we didn't have. We probably would have gotten through this episode quicker. But now you guys
True.
all know.
Now we know
this
we've
is
done
this
it
is how
all.
we got here.
Yep.
And now we're on your TV screen. So that's cool.
Yeah, really cool. And we'll be back next week with another episode of Red. See you soon. Deuces.
Bye.